Start a family with a man of her dreams.
Okay, Tyson.
And our final senior is Amber.
I am going to start on this side. I will give you the, I'll just say, you can't hear? Well, wait a minute. Yeah, you can hear me. I'm trying to get, now you can hear me. Yeah. And so I'll give you the 5, 4, 3, 2. Well, I'll just give you the go. And when you hear the go, hit the open. All right?
Can you turn it down just a little bit?
Hold on. Tell me when.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our 12 senior band members and their parents and honor them for their contribution to the Greencastle Antrim Blue Devil Marching Band program.
All right, let me get this.
Thank you.
Let me get this started here.
Keep them in order again. As much as possible.
All right.
In football 4A. Basketball we're 5. I got to find those extra kids who push us to 5A. See, because I don't think they help us.
And Mr. Dan
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start.
Is Precious Lord, take my hand.
Hello, everyone. I'm Greg Hoover along with Rick Lewis, and welcome to the Greencastle Antrim Athletic Complex on the campus of the Greencastle Antrim School District in Cayley Field for tonight's Mid-Penn Colonial Division matchup between the visiting Polar Bears of Northern York and the Greencastle Antrim Blue Devils. Our pregame show is brought to you by Antrim Insurance, your local Erie insurance agent serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Chambersburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding Pennsylvania and Maryland areas. Antrim Insurance, 169 South Antrim, Greencastle, 1685. There's no place like home, and I'm sure the Blue Devils are feeling the same way. Glad to be back in the friendly confines of Cayley Field after 2 long road trips, one to Hanover and the other to Elliotsburg, where the Blue Devils managed to split the trip with a win and a loss. And unfortunately, it was a really tough loss at the hands of the West Perry Mustangs, losing by a 49-20 count. That game brought out the weakness displayed in Game 1 against Chambersburg, namely the inability to stop the big play, Rick.
Well, that's exactly right, Greg, and that's going to be the big challenge tonight. Northern comes in. They're a running team. They're very physical, and they're going to have to stand up to that. Kyle Schwartz is their outstanding running back. They also have a dual-threat quarterback in Chris Barrett, and the Blue Devils are going to have to do a good job. It's it's been a very interesting year. 2-2, 2 blowout wins, 2 lopsided losses.
Yes, it has been. And, you know, what we're going to see tonight in Northern is an awful lot what we saw last week against West Perry. And in the same boat, a little bit of what we saw, as we mentioned, with Chambersburg. Chambersburg had a couple of studs that could really run the football, and that's what West Perry has. That's what we'll have here tonight. As you mentioned, Cal Schwartz, he started as a freshman. He's only a junior, and he'll carry 76% of the time when they have the football on offense. He'll be the man.
They'll move him around. They'll figure out creative ways to get him the ball, but it's usually on the ground is the way he's going to do it, whether he's going around the end or up the middle. So you definitely have to key on him. And as Coach McCauley said, they have to wrap up and they have to tackle tonight. They can't afford to get way behind, and then that gets them out of their offensive game plan.
You know, you come into this ball game. Last year there was games we went into that personally I felt we can't win this ball game. But there's not a ball game this year with this young Greencastle. It's not really a young Greencastle team. It's a young and experienced. But you think they can win because the one thing they can do is score points.
Well, you always have, what do they say, a slugger's chance, right? If you can knock somebody out, you got a chance to win the fight. And I don't care what sport it was. I came and watched the soccer team last night, and if you can score goals, if you can score baskets, if you can score points, as important as defense is, that changes a lot of things, and it makes up for a lot of sins if you can put then pressure on the other team to have to do something when they have the ball.
Well, that's interesting because we were talking about West Perry. We don't know how good West Perry really is to this point in time. They're not a bad ball club. They can score points. It might be for them. They will get into a couple games where whoever gets the ball last wins, and we'll see how that opens up for them. That's we're going to come back. What do we know about Northern? Well, we talked a little bit about that, but we'll try to answer those questions when we return on the Antrim Insurance pregame show on the F&M Trust Sports Network on midpennbroadcasting.com, the sportspage.blog, WRGG 93.7 FM, and WRGG.org. Welcome back to Greencastle Antrim School District and Cayley Field. If you're watching on Mid-Penn Broadcasting, you are watching the Greencastle Antrim High School Marching Band. Believe it or not, senior night for the high school band. And someone said, why in the world is it senior night already? This is the 5th game of the season, Rick.
How about that? That's unbelievable.
3rd home game of the season.
Yep.
And that means there's only 2 more home games left. And one's going to be homecoming and the other's going to be senior night for the football team. So we're out celebrating tonight. What a beautiful night for football. An overcast skies, 70 degrees, humidity still there, but it doesn't feel quite as strong, and a nice breeze that's blowing across the field, so that may not come into play as much as it would if it was going north or south, east or west. So the Blue Devils sitting at 2-2. That Chambersburg keeps making that Week 1 loss a little less of a sting as they continue to roll through their first 4 games. However, tonight might be a different story as they travel back up to the middle of the state to take on the Little Lions of State College, and we complain about trips to Hanover and West Perry. They went to Altoona last week, State College this week.
Well, and as you said, there's no rest in that league, that's for sure. All the mid-pens are very competitive, but that league for football specifically is another level.
And State
College.
College.
Got a great congratulations to Chambersburg for their start, though. Outstanding. And, Altoona, is usually a very quality program.
Yeah, you got to give them credit. They are 4-0. And, again, State College is probably one of the top-ranked teams in 6A. I would not be surprised. They already have some commits to Penn State, so they're a really, really good football team.
And we got to see that young man up close and personal last basketball season.
Yes, unfortunately. Unfortunately. And he's just a really good athlete,
yes,
so that we know. So last week, everyone knew coming into that game what was going to happen offensively with West Perry. Johnson or Quaker would do something with the football, and they did just that. Somewhat of the same situation here tonight, Rick. We know that Cal Schwartz, he's a 6-foot, 200-pound junior. He'll be the center of attention offensively for the Polar Bears, and like West Perry, you have to watch the Bears quarterback, 6'1", 200-pound senior Chris Barrett. Northern averages 40 rushes a game and only 10 passes, and Schwartz and Barrett have run 77% of the rushing plays. Even more, Schwartz carries the ball 50% of the time. Last week, they couldn't stop Johnson and Quaker. Can they slow down Schwartz and Barrett?
Well, I think the biggest thing they're going to have to do is just be more physical. That Northern is a very physical team. They beat Mifflin County last week. Mifflin County's a big physical team. So I know one of the things that I'll say is actually disappointed Coach McCauley is they need to be more physical, not just at the line of attack. The linebackers have to be more active, and they've got to. They just can't give up the big runs that they've been giving up. They've got to make the other team work a little bit more going down. And sometimes, it's sports, and it's a physical game.
Right.
And you've got to come up and you've got to match intensity and you've got to match physicality.
Well, we'll see if they can do that tonight. Again, it is the Polar Bears. They come in 3-1, as you mentioned, lost to Mifflin County, or beat Mifflin County. Win over East Pennsboro, Mechanicsburg, and Mifflin County. The loss to a really good Middletown. Middletown went deep into the playoffs last year.
2 years in a row.
Yeah, 2 years in a row.
They have an outstanding football program.
So that was a pretty good loss for them. But Northern's just another one of those pretty good football teams that we'll see in the Colonial Division this year. A lot of them.
There is, and it really is shaping up to Shippensburg, Waynesboro, Northern, and from everybody's told me, still don't count Mifflin County out.
No, and I'm going to tell you another one. I'm going to see what West Perry does. They're playing Mechanicsburg this week. Won't be a really good test. But next week when they get back into the league play. So there could be 5. Someone's going to win the league. They're not going to go undefeated. That's for sure.
Well, and like you said, with West Perry's ability to score the football, they're gonna scare somebody.
Well, I didn't mean to do that.
Something I said?
Nothing personal, mind you. Anyway, we are going to take a break. The F&M Sports Network on MidPenn Broadcasting.com, the sportspage.blog, WRGG 93.7 FM, and WRGG.org. National anthem played by the Greencastle Antrim Senior High School Marching Band, and that means kickoff is approximately 3 minutes away on game number 5 of the 2018 football season. Greg Hoover along with Rick Lewis this evening. Don't go away. We'll be coming right back with the kickoff right here. It's Greencastle Antrim and Northern on the F&M Trust Sports Network on midpennbroadcasting.com, the sportspage.blog, WRGG 93.7 FM, and WRGG.org.
Along with additional scoreboard sponsors. Mayhew, the ball carrier.
Tyson, go ahead and take that down, Goody. Welcome back, everybody. It is the ball game's underway already. It's not even 5 till 7, and they're starting the game. We've got 2 plays in. One a penalty by the Blue Devils. One a nice run back by the way by Tony Mayhew. Good to see him back in the lineup. And then the Blue Devils a big run there for a first down. McDowell now looking to throw on first down. Rolling to the right, comes out firing. Oh,
nice
what a
catch.
nice catch by
Antoine Carter.
Yes, beautiful catch. And so the Blue Devils on 2 consecutive plays have first downs.
And what I like about this, Greg, is the first play was a false start on us. You know, after the game last week, you think, okay, we're not into it. We answered that. It shows the kids are ready to play.
Sort of a hurry-up offense for the Blue Devils as McDowell is back with Mayhew. Mayhew gets the call, going left side, seeing what he has, cuts up the field. He goes nowhere, about 2 yards on the play. But the nevertheless, Blue Devils come out. Last week, they did the same thing. They moved the ball in the first 2 series, but they gave it up on downs both times. They couldn't punch it in, and let's see if they could do so here. That would be huge, I think, if they could get on the board early.
You want to upset people, you got to believe you can do it, number one, and then you got to get yourself the real confidence that happens in the beginning of a game.
Second play, second down, 2nd and 9. In motion goes one of the wingbacks. McDowell comes out firing and completes it here to the Blue Devils, Thomas Hebert, who missed the last ball game due to an ankle injury, and he makes the completion to about the 36-yard line inside Northern Territory.
So you got Thomas Hebert back, which you mentioned. You got Tony Mayhew back.
Yes.
Tyler Twane is back as well, so you got a lot of bodies back, which does nothing but help you. Adam Root, who's had a real nice sophomore year, is still out, number 81. So, but it's good to start getting some guys healthy.
Two receivers to the left. McDowell with the keeper straight up the middle on the option play. He's got the first down over the 30 to about the, right at the 30-yard line. So the Blue Devils have 3 first downs in this series as they started out from their 35, got pushed back to the 30 on the penalty, and now they're at the other 30, moving 1st and 10.
It kind of seems like this hurry up, now they're going to huddle up a little bit, kind of caught Northern off guard a little.
Well, they did this the other week at Hanover. They came out with their first series was all hurry-up offense. Let's see what happens now. They will spread Brian Truax, who's in for Root, to the near side here, and Carter to the outside. Straight back, looking to pass. Fire timing pattern for Carter in the corner. It's incomplete. Just missed him. Overthrown, and actually a nice pass and pattern there.
Well, that's exactly how they coach it. You know, throw it so only your guy can get it. And Carter had a step on him, but just a little long. But that was a nice-looking play.
Blue Devils facing a second and 10. It is 2 for 3 now from McDowell. And McDowell's sort of like, what's the play? I don't know. He's looking
Between the Blue Devils hurrying up, the referee starting the game early, I feel like we're in a hurry-up mood.
Yeah, everybody's in a hurry.
Exactly.
I know Penn State plays
exactly
at 9.
Right.
I know that. Yeah, we got to
exactly right.
establish that fact. See if we can be out of here by then. Here's McDowell rolling to his left. No, it did not, and it's not going to look right when it's all said and done as he gets sacked back at the 40-yard line. Big sack by Northern on that play.
Max McDowell faked a handoff to really nobody, so obviously somebody should have been, I would assume, coming across there. So I looked like got a little fouled up, and maybe that's what screwed up the pass that blocking.
You knew that wasn't going to work from the beginning.
No.
They just didn't get the right play in, and they were, what is the play? We'll see what happens here. Now they had a little time to think about it. Maybe they could get things squared away. Truax to the near side of the field, trips to the left, and it is Mayu in the backfield to the left of McDowell. Out of the gun, snaps there, straight back, looking to pass. He's rolling to his right. He's going to have to keep it, and again, he's going to get thrown for a loss. This time by Bailey Blasik, their kicker. He throws him down for another loss on the play.
And one of the big concerns we talked about, matching Northern's physicality, matching their aggressiveness, and unfortunately, the last 2 plays we got handled pretty well up front. So we're going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, I could see some missed blocks up here, and when I can see them, that means they're really out there. They're going to send Schwartz back deep. And no, that's Zach Beam going. No, it is Schwartz back deep, and the punt is off, and Shanks to the right. Almost hit one of their players in the back. Well, I was down.
I guess it did not.
No one's jumping on it, and they're letting it roll the whole way down to the 10-yard line. So actually, that's going to be a pretty doggone good punt when it's all said and done.
Well, you know, you got to give a kid like Tyler Twane a lot of credit there. You know, he's not the punter. Adam Root is, and he's out. And you know, it's hard enough to find a punter at the high school level,
right?
Let alone multiples. And you know, he did a real nice job. Got it away, and a nice roll to the 10-yard line, like you said.
Well, as we said, here comes the offensive structure, and it is always going to be 1 or 2 people. And you're going to see the likes of probably Schwartz handling the ball the first play of the game. He sets up to the left of the quarterback, who is Barrett. In motion comes the runner, and that is Schwartz. Coming. Yep. And he didn't line up where I thought he did. He gets around the corner pretty good, but only up about 4 yards, Rick. So not a bad play.
No, but they're going to move him all over the field. They're going to put him in the slot. They're going to move him to the wing. They're going to put him in the tailback position, and they're going to just look for a lot of different ways to get that young man the ball. He'll be tired by the end of the night, that's for sure.
Well, we'll see where he lines up. They always come in with a big bruising fullback. I don't know how they do that every year. They got this big bruising fullback. And this year, lining up in that position is Blake Cruz. He's a 5'6", 190-pound sophomore. So he's not very tall, but he's built. And fake it to him. Barrett rolling to the right. He'll throw one of the 10 times he likes to throw. His intended receiver was Schwartz. It falls incomplete.
And that was a good throw. That just went through Schwartz's hands there. He was open. Would have been a first down. The Blue Devils get a little bit of a break.
So 3rd and a 6-yard play for Northern coming out now. Boy, they're throwing in a lot of different people, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They a lot of rotating, a lot of fresh bodies. Like you said, it is humid, but it's pretty nice. And in the middle of the season, everyone should be in pretty good shape.
Flag is straight out. That's how much the breeze is blowing crossfield. In other words, south to north. Barrett lone set in the backfield. This time he gets it out and completes the pass to Aiden Winger, 5'10", 150-pound junior. He gets the completion, and
First down.
First down, that's what I thought.
Jared Miller, number 22, drug him down.
There's a flag on the play. They have a penalty. Blue Devils certainly going to take that one.
Now, is that from the spot?
Well, that's a good point. I would think that's from the spot, depending. So do they give him the first down? No, I don't know.
We will find out.
Yes, we will. Barrett 1 for 2 in the night passing.
Third down still.
Yeah, it's third down, so it negates that. So we have to take that away from him.
After the penalty is assessed,
so it's back to 3rd and 8 for Northern, and they'll work out of the 12-yard line from the right side. They'll spread 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the right, and back by himself, lone set, 3 to the right, actually. In motion comes 1 from the far side to the near side. Barrett's going to roll this way, looking to pass, heavy pressure, throws it up here, completes the pass to Cruz, and Cruz has the first down at the 25-yard line.
That was a heck of a play by Cruz. That was kind of lobbed it up there. It was behind him. You know, he went up with no fear, reached back and got it. As you said, he's not a big kid. He's only 5'6", but he's well built at 190. He made a nice catch, and that'll keep the sticks going for Northern.
It will.
And Greencastle's doing what they want defensively. They're making Northern throw the ball because they're getting kind of off schedule.
Well, they're going to send Schwartz out to the oh, no, he's going to come out in the Wildcat. No, tailback position. I didn't see Barrett under center. Barrett under center and right to Schwartz. Schwartz looks one way, doesn't go anywhere. He's dragged down right away for a loss on the play.
Ethan Klopper, number 56, got in there and got him.
Klopper's been having pretty good defensive games here in the last couple games, and that one was a big loss for a yard. That's how they need to start him out, Rick. Get him for a loss.
Yep, because then it brings up second. Sorry about that. Brings up second and long, and changes your play calling quite a bit.
I'm looking over at Northern. They hold up signs like houses and things like that. You have to for their play call. They'll send one wide to the far side of the field, and motion goes Cruz to that side of the field, and then they're going to give it to Schwartz. Schwartz hit once, hit twice. Now finally brought down after climbing about 4 yards upfield, 3 yards upfield. That's not a bad stop for the Blue Devils.
No, it brings up about 3rd and 7.
Last time they were in 3rd and 7, they threw the ball.
Surprised Northern's 3-1. They're projected to be very good. Not a big following tonight.
No, a little disappointed. Their band is here. They'll be performing at halftime, but really not. I know, so far to go. They always complain, Northern does, that they got to come.
They're kind of in a unique spot where they are.
They are. Runner to the right, wing to the left. He goes in motions to the far side. Barrett straight back in the pocket, looking to throw, and does. Comes up and overthrows his intended receiver. That was intended for Ty Reagan, and it'll be incomplete, and a punting situation for the ball club from Northern.
And brings in really one of our main offensive weapons, Ethan Hildebrand, returning kicks.
Barrett is the punter. So you got to be careful whenever the quarterback is your punter. Head coach Bill Miller. See if he wants to do something tricky here. Schwartz going up and making sure everybody's in line, and Barrett standing way back at his 13-yard line. He gets the snap. He'll punt it away. Woo, nice punt. Sends Hildebrand back to the 25-yard line. He'll take it from there and bring it upfield. Gets crunched by Cruz right away, and that is where the Blue Devils will take over the football.
That was an outstanding punt.
It was. It traveled to 25. The ball was, I don't know where it rested at.
That was about a 50-yard punt in the air.
Yeah,
that was a heck of a punt.
And the wind really, a little bit to the back, but not a whole lot.
Well, just, as it starts, Schwartz has been all over the field offensively and defensively. Barrett's obviously can punt, can play quarterback.
Yes.
He's all on the field. Those are just two special athletes.
They'll start from the 41 left half mark, moving left to right, defending. They're headed toward the primary school or to Waynesboro, depending on how you want to look at it. They'll bring in motion the wing back. It's Hebert. Hebert gets it. There's a flag on the play. That's probably going to be a motion penalty.
I think so. And that's what
Hildebrand,
and that's what Greencastle just doesn't want to do. That's the second possession they've started with a penalty flag.
So they'll bring Hildebrand out. In the first play of scrimmage, I'm not sure who jumped, but when he jumped, he clapped his hands like, doggone it, I knew I jumped.
It was Thomas Hebert.
Okay.
Just was excited. The game probably back, probably pumped to be back out there, and unfortunately just took an extra little twinge.
3 receivers to the left side, 2 to the right, empty set in the backfield for McDowell. 3-step drop, looking to throw, fires out here and completes the pass right away to number 25, who's still on his feet, and that is Ethan Murr. Murr up over the 45 to the 47-yard line. Not good enough for a first down, but we'll take that.
And Ethan Murr's become a really solid threat for us as a wide receiver this year. He's having a very good year.
Great hands, which is what you need out of a receiver, obviously.
Yep, and that changes everything. 2nd and 4 is a lot more manageable.
Blue Devils will put 2 receivers here to the near side of the field, work right out of the center of the field. 2 wingbacks, 1 comes in motion. So everybody's loaded to the right. They're going to give it to Medina. Medina barrels straight up the middle, still on his feet, stopped at the 50, and then finally brought down to the 45-yard line.
And we talked about matching Northern's physicality. There's a perfect example. Wesley Medina's, he's just a real tough runner in there. He's built like a little bowling ball, but it's tough to bring down, and he just wouldn't be denied.
Well, he did. He stormed through there. 5'10", 220 pounds is what he is listed at, and just made the second, 235, excuse me.
And 5'10" is probably generous.
Yes, it is. 2 receivers to the left, 1 in the slot to the left. In motion goes Murr. Murr will cut upfield after getting the ball in the jet sweep, and he'll get 5 yards on the first down play.
Very quick moving first quarter, down to 4 minutes.
Wow. Well, that's because he started
everything's moving quick.
It's because he started at 6:30. So if you're just joining us, this one got a little early start. And, of course, there's other games you can be watching also on Mid-Penn Broadcasting. You got the Chambersburg at State College and Shippensburg ball game all on for you. Shippensburg is just the audio tonight because of problems getting the video on air. The handoff this time will go to Ryan Marconi. Marconi up to near the first down stripe, but not close enough for the first down.
Well, Charles Montadoro can't get things going up there, or what?
Well, where is Shippensburg tonight? No, it's not there. They're on the road.
He handles the road, right?
Oh, he does handle the road. But it is a bad place for Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Wherever they may be. Barnes comes to the near side, that will be Truax coming with him to the near side. In motion comes Mayu, and they're going to give it to the big guy Medina. This time Medina stocked up and gang tackled. Forward motion will have him about 2 yards shy of the first down. What do you do here, Coach? It's 2 yards shy of the first down, middle of the field.
Go for it. That's how you make. That's how you upset people, and I think that play call is what made me think. If he would have passed for that, I would have thought they would punt it away.
Right.
But I think that was a 2-play call, and it looks like they are going to go for it. Kind of in no man's land. It's really is. That makes the most sense.
Now, if I was a bet man, I'd put my money on a quarterback keeper with McDowell. We'll see what happens here.
That'd be a long one. It'd be about a 2.5-yard keeper, but he's a big, strong kid. He's back in the gun.
He's gone out of the gun. Sidecar is Mayu to his right. And it is the keeper. There goes McDowell. He gets up and hit once, but he dives over the 35, and they're going to spot him right at the yard marker.
Yeah, he got it. Good effort. As you said, he got stopped, almost a horse collar, but he piled through it. He's a strong kid.
Yes, he is. Well, that is the second first down of the drive. They have 5 first downs right now in the first 2 drives. Had a punt away on the first one. This one they're still moving on. Clock at 2:17. No score up on the board. Northern, and this is how you keep them off the board.
Absolutely.
Keep the ball in your hands. Wing T, Murr in motion to the left side. 3 receivers over there now, and the handoff. No, looking to pass, and a blitz is on, and they get McDowell this time for another loss back at the 42-yard line.
There was a lot of white shirts in there, but I think Luke Horvath, 5'6", 160-pound linebacker, was the first one in there, and he had plenty of help. That was a jailbreak.
Yes, it was. Third time that Northern has sacked the quarterback for a loss here in this ball game already.
I'm going to call a screen pass here soon, Greg, because they're getting a lot of penetration. That might slow them down a little bit.
Yeah.
They come in, we might just be able to dump it over their heads.
Well, a 4-4 offense or defensive set looks like they're bringing the house again this time. This is McDowell. Here it comes. There's the screen, and open is Mayu. Mayu gets it but can't get by.
Nice
nice tackle by Schwartz, and gets it up to about the 36-yard line.
Coach McCulley and I are on the same page, and I don't know if that's good for Coach McCulley to be on my page. He went for it and he threw the screen, but that's pretty standard football. When you're just having that much problem protecting the quarterback, you just look to drop it over the line to see if you can catch him. They almost did. That was a heck of a play by Schwartz on Mayhew, or that would have went for quite a ways.
3rd and 9 now. 2 receivers right, 2 left in the backfield with McDowell out of the gun is Mayu. Snap is there, fakes to Mayu. Mayu blocks. McDowell rolls to this side and fires and completes the pass down at the 14-yard line to Ethan Murr.
Another great catch. Good throw rolling out. And that's another great thing that they just did there. They're rolling McDowell out to try to get him away from some of that pressure. He's throwing the ball accurately tonight. Ethan Murr with a nice catch. But this is the best I've seen Max McDowell throw the football. Even his incomplete pass to Antoine Carter earlier was still a very good pass. So he looks very sharp tonight.
Inside the 14-yard line, the lone setback is the big guy.
Oh no!
Fumble, and I think they got it.
Yep,
it was Medina, couldn't hold on to it, and the Blue Devils fumble. And that's that has been sort of a thorn in the side of the Blue Devils this year. And unfortunately, those things happen.
Yeah, and unfortunately, even the ball's been on the ground a lot. And even when they've recovered it, they're usually negative plays or, it hurts them. So, they've got to have good ball security. And unfortunately, that was a great drive that just is going to come up with no points.
It took almost 5 minutes. It did take 5 minutes and 20 seconds off of the clock. And now Northern touches it for the first time. And they only get one play here in the second or the first quarter before the quarter comes to an end. Barrett, a quarterback, rolling to his right, looking to throw, and does. Completes the pass out here to Pottinger. Tony Pottinger, a 5'11", 155-pound senior, and he makes the catch. And I would assume that we're going to let the clock run out. I said that last week, and the Blue Devils went ahead and go for it. But no, they're not. It is the end of quarter number one. It's no score on the board. Northern has the football for only the second time, and we'll be back on the F&M Trust Sports Network, on MidPennBroadcasting.com, the sportspage.blog, WRGG 93.7 FM, and WRGG.org.
First winner, which is Barrett with the keeper.
Well, right off the bat to start the second quarter, Barrett takes the quarterback keeper straight up the middle, something he liked that he saw, and he gets a big chunk of yardage up to the 41-yard line on that one, and a first down for the ball club from Northern. And I've lost my color commentator because he just won some door prize. Now, he's out here making calls on what the play should be. He's winning door prizes. I'm going to send him out to buy lottery tickets next. Barrett from the gun has a sidecar, gives it to the big fullback. He comes through, but he goes nowhere. Stopped right away. That is Cruz. And so the Blue Devils do a good job that time. Matter of fact, that is going to be for a loss. And that is the second time the Blue Devils defense have tackled someone in the backfield for a loss. And Schwartz is down, ringing in pain. I'm not sure with the way his foot looks or his leg is laying there. It does not look encouraging for him. And we'll see what happens there. So the first quarter went by in a hurry. Greencastle had the opening kickoff. They played 9 plays but had to punt it away. They did get 3 first downs, but 2 losses there really threw them back for did not help them any. Northern got the ball, got a first down on their third play, and then Blue Devils sacked them, and that helped. They got a penalty amongst that. They had to punt away. Blue Devils had a nice drive over 5 minutes and 20 seconds, but they fumbled it down inside the 14. That hurt. That's where Northern took over the football. They have run 2 plays, a short pass play, and now this play for a loss. They're still looking at Schwartz to see what's going on.
That would be a horrible loss. Sorry about that, Greg. You lost me.
Oh, I know. You were so excited.
I'm trying to it shows you the credibility I have around town. They're like, send me a picture of your badge. nobody believes.
They don't believe you, no.
And that's actually Cruz, I believe.
Yes, it is. And Cruz is a big part of this football team. That will hurt them, and it does appear to be, I don't know if it's an ankle or a knee, as he comes off the field right now. Ball was spotted at the 41-yard line. It is a 2nd and 10. Actually, they did not lose any yardage on that one, despite what I thought. And so we'll take that loss for yardage away.
It's going to be 2nd and 10 Northern.
Northern now will come out with one setback in the backfield, and that is Luke Horvath behind Barrett. They're waiting to get Cruz off the field. Where's Schwartz? He's in the slot to the right, to the near side down here. We're in number 7, and the handoff, Rowan, faking, looking, a heavy pressure from Medina. Medina trying to get him. They can't get him. They run him out of bounds at about the 42-yard line, and the Blue Devils got good pressure that time. Colin Horan there also in.
And Northern is definitely looking to pass a lot more than I was expecting when they came here tonight, but
they only passed. Yeah, they 1, 2, 3, 4. They had a completion. They have passed. They average about 10 passes a game.
They're at 6 already.
Yeah. So here's a big 3rd down play for the Blue Devils and for Northern. They'll send trips to the left, one to the near side of the field. The wide side is to the left. In motion comes the lone setback to this side of the field, and Barrett by himself looking to pass and comes out firing. Completes the pass for a 1st down and a few more yards as he gets the ball into the hands of Tim Geiser, the 5'11", 170-pound junior, and actually the passing game is working for him.
Yeah, if Barrett throws the ball like this, Northern's going to be a real handful to deal with. We know their running prowess, and if they're able to also get the get chunks in the air, they're going to be a handful. But Greencastle's done a good job, kind of, for lack of a better term, Greg, we'll use a basketball term, they've slowed the pace.
Yes.
And I think that's not a bad thing at all.
I formation, fullback, tailback. Schwartz is the tailback, so look for him to get the call. Nope, they're going to run the option. Barrett keeps it. He's through the middle, and there he goes. No one's going to get him now. He's down to the 10, the 5, and he's in for the touchdown. 45-yard touchdown on the option play, and Northern is on the board.
Well, we talked about slowing the pace and not giving up the big play, and unfortunately, there it was. And once he got by, he's a fast kid. He's tough to catch, and that's really plagued the Blue Devils, as you said, just giving up those long runs.
Yeah, that's hurt them all year. That's the second time that Barnett has seen something, or Barrett has seen something he likes straight up the middle, and he has made good of that. In to kick the ball for Northern is Blasek. Kick is up, and it is good. Took him a while to make that call.
Well, I tell you what, that it was interesting which ref said it was good.
Yeah.
It wasn't the one under the goalpost that it was close to, so that was kind of unique.
Yeah, that 10-12 up on the clock there right now. So that took them 2 minutes. I'll have to figure that one out, but they're up 7-0. Barrett now twice, 2 big runs. He's going to be close to 100 yards already here in this ball game. But they get the first score on the board, and they did it with another big play that the Blue Devils have been well, I don't want to say they've allowed that just way too many times here in this football game. Now they had, I was a little worried. They coming into the ball game, they were 6 of 11 in extra points. But that time there was no question. Well, I thought there was a question, to be honest, but the official didn't, as Blasek put it through.
Well, I got good and bad news. We won the drawing, the Lewis family.
Yes.
But I still have to go to work on Monday.
Okay, yeah. $25 gift certificates. Yeah. Sorry about your luck on that one.
As Mrs. Lewis is frantically looking for a young Greencastle student who's into music to give him the gift certificate.
Yes. Here's the kickoff. Oh, the onside kick. Get out of bounds. Ooh, that was close. I think 82, I don't know why he didn't jump on it. I think he might have had a chance. We'll have to take it there because that's better than the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that's. Was you well?
I know
think
you're
by
asking.
Northern. Yeah, I guess I'm curious. Was that a squib kick? or was that an onside? But looking at the Northern coaching staff, I think you're right. They're questioning 80 why he didn't jump on the ball.
Yeah, it was free. It was free.
There's 4 gentlemen with purple pullovers on over there talking to number 80.
Well, you know what happens a lot of times? People forget that a kickoff travels 10 yards. It's free ball.
Yep.
You know it went an onside kick, but you don't think about it all the other times. But it is. It goes 10 yards. It's free. That one definitely went 10 and could have been recovered by them, but the Blue Devils get it at the 40 and no time off the clock that time. So they'll start with 10-12 to go. All 3 timeouts, moving from the left hash mark, and they are moving left to right.
Greencastle's moved the ball, Greg, but they've got to get some points. They've got to answer.
They did this last week. They had a bounce pass, unfortunately, intended for Mayu, falls incomplete. And that's perhaps that's the first bad pass from McDowell.
He's throwing the ball very well, but you're right. Unfortunately, that one came up about 5 feet short.
3 for 6 unofficially, and that'll be a second down situation facing the Blue Devils now. They'll break huddle. Carter goes out. Murr goes out to the far side.
Ethan Hildebrand is on the bench and kind of sitting by himself, so that's not a good sign for the Blue Devils.
No, it isn't. McDowell looking to pass, has protection, throwing long down here, but no one out there as it was Murr and him did not connect on what pattern should be run, and it'll fall incomplete. 2 straight incomplete passes.
And the line did a great job that time. We were, kind of tough on him there. That's been some sacks, but they gave him plenty of time there. Great job by the offensive line. Give him a nice pocket to step up.
6 plays that time for Northern, and they traveled quite the distance. Let me see here, and let's watch this one. McDowell under pressure as they brought everybody, and it's going to get back up to the line of scrimmage barely, and that's just going to be a 3 quick and out. You can see the momentum turning there after that big run, Rick.
Yep, and that's really, unfortunately, the last thing the Blue Devils want to do is do a quick 3 and out and get Northern back the ball because of their size, because of their physicality. As you said, they're just a team that's going to keep beating on you. And Coach McCauley's talking to Murr right now, so I think when him and McDowell miscommunicated, obviously didn't run the right pattern. Now there's confusion. We might need to take a timeout here, Greg.
Yeah, I think you're right. Now they're ready to punt. Tawani into punt, standing at his 27. Not a good snap, bounce pass, and he's able to get it up.
Nice play.
What a punt. Up in the air and driving Schwartz back to the 10-yard line, but here he comes. He's now up to the 20. He gets hit once, and then the second time he is brought down at the 30-yard line.
That's actually number 6, Greg. It's Tyler Yawn, I get. Is that how you would say that?
Yes, Tyler Yawn back deep for him. Okay.
And I am going to go turn lights on. I will be right back.
All right. Yes, it's getting dark early, and we need the lights on so we can.
Everything else is moving fast.
That's right. That's right. Might as well do that right now. Tyler Yawn brings it up. Well, I tell you what, there's 2 great punts coming from right to left. So maybe the wind is a little bit more directional that way than I give it credit for. Looking at the flag, it doesn't seem to be that way. It seems to be a crosswinds. But, wow, that was another great punt.
And that was huge just even to pick it up, that short hop.
New quarterback into the ball game, and he completes the pass. That is Heisey, and he gets the ball to Winger for a 5-yard pickup.
Interesting, and Heisey's only a sophomore.
Yeah, I'm questioning that because, last play it was a touchdown run from Barrett.
Well, and, Barrett's play, they both Barrett and Schwartz play both ways,
right,
and they've been on special teams. So maybe just a sequence off.
Might be it.
I'm looking. Barrett's over there with his helmet off. Last week he had West Perry, quick scores. Northern is not really like that, but so you don't want to get behind them. With their running game, it's going to be very hard to catch up.
Heisey looking to pass. That's going to be a motion penalty or a delay of game. Motion is against Northern. That is their very first, well, that's their second penalty. They had the illegal block earlier on. Second penalty, first motion penalty. So 10 yards or 5 yards march back. That's a break for the Blue Devils, even though it's still first down. Puts the ball now at the 39-yard line. Clock does stop. Well, now it's moving. 7:43 here in the opening half. Heisey under center. He has a full house backfield. Or not full house, but an I formation. And Blue Devils seeing it, and I tell you what,
Wesley Medina
saw it coming, and he gets the fullback right away. Right away. Second tackle for a loss for the Blue Devils. And that makes it even longer on a second down, make it 16.
Second and 16 at the Northern 38-yard line.
Polar Bears break huddle. Center receiver to the left. They'll bring John down here to the near side, and Schwartz is the lone setback. Everybody else in tight. Heisey with the football under center. And there it is, right to him. He moved, and he leaned forward, and there he goes.
Oh, wow, what a fake. Wait. Oh, what a fake.
Great fake. Great fake. I didn't know that Heisey had the football. I thought Schwartz had it.
But I think you're right. Schwartz moved.
Schwartz moved. He took a step before the ball was snapped.
They caught it. They caught it. He definitely did.
Yep. They're going to bring that one back. Great fake by Heisey. Great fake. Yep. That one, and when you watch we'll watch it here. We're a little delay here. There he goes. He leaned forward, and they make the call. We have sort of like instant replay because of the buffering sometimes when you watch it. Right. So back it comes. Man, that would have been ugly.
Chambersburg trailing 21-14 to State College. And, it's important to keep your, according to the public opinion, Chambersburg got a chance to get back at it as there was an unsportsmanlike conduct call on State College that kind of changed the complexion of the game, it looked like.
We'll keep an eye on that one, plus the other games going around the area. Barrett back in at quarterback now, and he has a sidecar in Horvath, and Horvath gets the call. It's only about a yard upfield to the 35-yard line.
I tell you what.
He keeps it. Barrett keeps it.
Yeah. I can't tell you how good that fake was.
No. Well, I tell you what. Everybody thought Schwartz was stopped right away. Everybody's clapping, saying a great defensive play. Why is 10 running?
Yes, exactly.
And 10 was running because Heisey had the football.
That was like one of those cartoon plays.
Yes. And when he hit it underneath his shirt, exactly. I think is what happened.
But it was clear Schwartz took a step forward before it was snapped.
Now Heisey is back in at quarterback, and now he's trying to reset his team. Okay, now he's got too many people up on the line. Northern knows they have a problem. They call a timeout and take a short break. As they take a timeout, we will do likewise right here on the F&M Trust Sports Network and on midpenbroadcasting.com. Also, the sportspage.blog, WRGG 93.7 FM, and WRGG.org.
Next winner receives a $25 gift certificate to Joyful Art Studio.
Back after the timeout and looking to throw downfield. It comes almost intercepted. It in and out of the hands of the Greencastle defender, Brian Truax. And so a little underthrown. I'm not even sure which quarter. That was Heisey that threw that one.
Actually, that was Josh Leone on the coverage.
Oh, was it Leone?
28,
okay.
Yep.
So they bring Barrett back into punt. He'll stand at his 20-yard line, and on a fourth down
kind of a bizarre
situation,
possession, wasn't it?
It was.
Kind of
really
rotated
strange,
quarterbacks in, and a long run called back. Just kind of a bizarre.
Long snap, it gets to him. He gets another punt off, goes up in the air, hangs up a little bit, hits at the, about the 39-yard line, rolls out of bounds, and that I think is where the Blue Devils will get it very close to that marker there. We'll see where they spot. They're going to say the 37.
Greg, I think you're 100% right about the win. That was a good kick, and if you look at the flag down by that yellow flag down in the goal line there,
right,
it's blowing directly out that way now because that punt was a nice punt. It just got hung up.
Yeah. Yes. The Blue Devils, 5 minutes and 25 seconds, all 3 timeouts remaining here. Try to get on the board. Down 7-0.
Right,
well, they are down 7-0. All they need to do is put the ball into the end zone, and this turns the complexion of the game. Mayu, the sidecar right beside McDowell out of the gun, in the belly of Mayu. Mayu looking to see what he has. Now he cuts back upfield, little spin move, and they gang tackle him at the 39-yard line. Not a big run, but they get a few yards on it. The Blue Devils, so what that basically says, they have the wind to their back now.
Yep, yeah, you want to make hay when you have that. When you're, right. I would say the Blue Devils are more of a passing team this year.
Yeah, well, they certainly have passed the ball frequently, more frequently than we've seen in the last couple of years. 2 receivers to the right, 1 lone back or lone receiver out here to the near side. And McDowell on the design play. Straight up the middle he goes. He's past the 50, past the 40, dragging down a Northern defender down to the 31-yard line.
Big run by Max McDowell. Good blocking up front. Big play for the Blue Devils. And what a difference you go into halftime tied up.
It would be. You know, the quarterback's coming up the middle.
Yep.
That has been the play of this game. Barrett doing the same thing for the score. And now McDowell on a big run there. So a little life breathed back into the Blue Devils. Barnes to the near side of the field. They'll run out of the wing tee with Medina in the backfield. And Medina gets the call. Fullback straight ahead up to the 30-yard line. Stop there after a 3-yard gain.
But back to what you said, Greg, earlier, you got to put points on the board here.
Got to come away with points, and 7 would be ideal.
I even think 3 would be a good momentum builder, but you're right. 7 would be, you know, I think you'd feel really good going in to say, hey, we got 30 minutes and we're right there.
We're right there. 30-yard line, left hash mark, moving right to left here in quarter number 2. McDowell, Mayu to his right. 2 receivers right, 1 left. McDowell's going to keep it again, straight up the middle. This time, no go. It gets a yard, and that's a gift. That brings up an interesting 3rd down and 7 call. I'll make it 6, short 6.
Probably in 2-down territory again, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. They're not going to give it up now. 3:32 remaining. Clock running here in quarter number 2. Blue Devils trail 7-0 against the Polar Bears.
Well, we go back to that screen pass again. That was open the last time.
Yes, it was. Let's see. Marconi in motion to the far side. McDowell looking to throw to Marconi, completes it. He gets hit right away. It was a nice tackle. But he does pick up about 4 yards, Rick, and he's up to about the 30, down to the 26-yard line.
Nice catch by Marconi. Pass was just a little bit behind him, made a nice adjustment, but Kyle Schwartz was there, and they're going to go for it here on, what are we going to say, 4th and 4? 4th and 3?
1, 2, we're going to call it 3.5. 4, 3.5. Scoreboard says 3 because they don't have the half. 2:47. Blue Devils put Carter, Murr, both out to the right side, and wisely the Blue Devils say they want to call timeout.
Yeah, that's a real good timeout.
Yeah,
this is a big play.
It is a big play for the Blue Devils. They need to get the first down, keep this momentum going. They got 2:40 up on the clock. They got 2 more timeouts to go. Northern has 2 timeouts to go, and they are dangerous when they get the football. So you want to keep it out of the hands of Northern as much as you can, and that's what the Blue Devils have been real successful doing, keeping the ball out of their hands.
They have. They've played very well tonight. They should be very pleased. Just unfortunately had a turnover, got caught on downs the one time, had a fumble. It kind of looked like a missed exchange between the quarterback and a running back, and and you play good teams, they're going to make you pay for it, but we're right there.
Yeah, we are. Truax to the near side of the field. He'll be at the left hash mark as the wideout.
Probably going to be something quick.
Mayu in the sidecar beside McDowell out of the gun. 3 receivers to the right side, and they're going to run everybody this way. There's the toss to Mayu. Mayu gets by 1 and then tackled at the 23.
Did not get it.
No, I don't think he got it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I tell you what, we haven't seen the good old pitch in a long time.
Yeah, a little true wishbone option there.
Yes, it was.
And, good call, and Vern McCulley quickly corrected me.
He did. He heard you say. It's not,
I saw the ref. I was looking at the referee, and he actually did not make any kind of gesture towards the first down.
Blue Devils get a fresh set of downs now. 1st and 10. McDowell keeps it on the first play. Boy, he gets hammered.
Sure does.
And they're not going to stop.
Forward motion.
Yeah, blow the whistle, guys. Forward motion stops somewhere along the line here.
He got hammered.
So they're going to, I don't think they're going to make it a loss. They're going to just say at the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10, maybe an inch back.
Max McDowell's had a very good year as a hasn't played quarterback since his freshman year on the freshman team. So he's done a real nice job.
Yeah, you had to wait till that older brother graduated.
Yeah, you got to get one McDowell out of the way to get the other one.
2 receivers to the far side of the field, 2 to the left. Mayu in the running back position. Here's McDowell looking to throw, going to the corner to Murr, and in and out of the hands of the defender down there as he went straight down. That defender was Tyler Yawn.
And that was actually an excellent play by Ethan Murr there. He turned into a defensive back, and he helped break that up. So McDowell was under pressure, kind of a little end-over-end pass, but Ethan Murr hustled and broke that up. That would have been a bad turnover.
It would have been. 3rd down and 10 still for the Blue Devils, minute 29. A whole bunch of receivers to the near side now. Well, wait a minute. Rhodes says, I'm supposed to be on the other side.
He better get set.
Now he's set. McDowell waits for him. They'll bring in motion. Murr on the jet sweep. Fake the jet sweep. Murr, and now the little screen play, and they successfully get it to Mayu at the 15, at the 10, and down to the 10, but he gets the first down and the drive continues. There's your screenplay.
Yeah, it was open, and that time he made that guy miss. They just tripped him up and then got the yards.
But I also, and I didn't catch who it was, I saw a blue shirt, this time blocking Schwartz out of the play, which was the key the last time. That did not happen. 1st and goal from the 10, so they get 4 more plays.
They've got to come up with creative ways to get this rush slowed down a little bit.
Because they're bringing them.
Yes, they are.
They are bringing them. McDowell goes up under center right now. Marconi in the back position. Two steps, a timing pattern for the corner. It's going to fall incomplete. Carter never had a chance to get to there.
But that's okay. That stops the clock, lets them set up and get a good play in. And again, McDowell made the right throw. He threw it where no one, if his guy couldn't get it, nobody was getting it.
McDowell, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times he's thrown tonight. And he's completed 5. They'll send Barnes to the far side, and Rhodes to the near side. They'll work out of the wing T with Medina in the fullback position. Medina gets it, but he is hit right away, and a big defensive stop.
We're going to need to get a timeout here.
Yeah, and they do.
Okay.
Joseph Samso in on the stop. That is for a loss of yardage on that one. They're going to move it back a couple yards. And defensively, that will be, I'm trying to see here, maybe only the 3rd time that the Blue Devils have been hit back for a loss of yardage. 2 of them came back-to-back in that first offensive series. So breaking the action, Blue Devils talking things over. Medina's going to come out. Marconi's going to go in and the fullback position. They'll work from the left hash mark. They have 11 yards to go and 2 plays to get there. Now, obviously, let me see. If it's at the 11, Rick, that you take it back 7 yards to the 18. It's a 28-yard field goal. We have not had a field goal attempt yet.
Really?
Yeah.
That's halfway through the season.
Halfway through the season, yes. Had not had a field goal attempt.
Well, you still have your timeout, so you have the whole playbook.
Right.
If you can even run, or maybe get 2 plays off if you really would want to. So be interesting to see what they decide to do here with this one.
In motion goes Marconi to the far side. I'll put 3 receivers over there. McDowell looking, throwing for the corner. Complete! Touchdown by Murr.
What a catch!
Holy cow, what a catch.
Great catch by Ethan Murr.
Wow. 11-yard. That was an excellent catch.
It really was. Max McDowell threw a rocket in the corner there, and just Ethan Murr went up and just made an outstanding catch.
So the Blue Devils have now brought it within 1. Murr comes in to do the extra kicking chores and making the attempt to tie it up here at the 41.7 mark of the first half. Snap is down, kick is up. It's not going to go through. It's a line. It was tipped at the line of scrimmage. So blocked, but nevertheless, the Blue Devils now have made it a ball game, 7-6. Got to take that for what it's worth. That was a 12-yard drive, Rick, that started at the 37-yard line of the Blue Devils. So they went 50, 67 yards for the score.
Greencastle offensively has to feel great about what they've been able to accomplish in the first half. They have really just gone up and down the field. They've done an outstanding job. They've played Northern obviously even here. It just, unfortunately that extra point, I guess, was partially tipped. But if you're the Blue Devils, you've got to feel very confident going in here. Now, very important, 41 seconds. Northern has 2 timeouts of their own, I believe. And know.
Oh, wait a minute. That was good. They signaled good. They signaled good on the extra point. I just watched our replay, and they signaled good, and they're 7 up on the board. I apologize. You thought it was. I didn't
even think it was close.
I didn't think it was close. I'm going to take it back. It's 7-7. That's even better yet.
That's perfect. So just forget everything I just said.
That's right. Wow. All right, 12 plays, 67-yard drive that took 5 minutes and 25 seconds off the scoreboard, and Murr will kick it off to Northern here with 41 seconds remaining. He's going to put it up in the air, and it's going to bounce at the 20.
That's a live ball.
It is a live ball. Now it's picked up again, this time by Jan. Jan coming to the other side of the field. He started on the right side, went to the left, got to the middle, got tackled there at about the 20-yard line. So a good kick. 20-yard lines where they'll take over, and they have 34.8 seconds to go, and they do have 2 timeouts, Rick.
I'm sorry, I'm still aghast how we.
Well, the only reason I noticed it is I was watching the replay, and I saw the official put his hands up, but the one in front of him was doing the tip.
Yeah.
And I didn't think it went through. I thought it was like.
I'm not sure how it went through.
I don't know either. Well, we're not going to argue.
No, we'll take it.
Schwartz is in the tailback position. This time they are going to bring out Heisey.
Yeah, he's still out.
Heisey will give the ball to Schwartz. Schwartz goes left. Now he gets ransacked from behind after he picks up about 2.5 yards on the play. Blue Devils will take that right here. 25 seconds remaining in the quarter. They don't seem to be taking any, not going to take their timeout.
No, I think they're going to go back to the locker room and say we're even and go from there.
Yeah. 12 seconds left. Will they even take the play? That'll be the interesting. And they break huddle. They'll put receivers on both sides. Heisey sort of like, they're not going to take it. They're going to let the clock run out. First half has come to an end. It's been a good one here from Greencastle as the Northern Polar Bears scored first, but the Blue Devils counter, and they have made it a 7-7 ball game with 1 half to go. Do not go away. We shall return on the Antrim Insurance Halftime Show right after these messages on the F&M Trust Sports Network, on midpennbroadcasting.com, the sportspage.blog, WRGG 93.7 FM, and WRGG.org. Welcome back. It is halftime, and time now for the Antrim Insurance halftime show. I'm Greg Hoover along with Rick Lewis. Thanks for joining us here. Just joining us, we got a doozy going on. It's a tied ball game, and it's been one of those ball games right off the bat with many things can happen. But I first got to tell you that the halftime show is brought to you by Antrim Insurance, your local area insurance agent serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Chambersburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding Pennsylvania, Maryland areas. Antrim Insurance, 169 South Antrim Way, Greencastle, 1685 East Main Street in Waynesboro. We'd like to thank our sponsors on both Mid-Penn Broadcasting and on WRGG for making these broadcasts possible. Hope that you are enjoying them. We always say if you can't make it to the game, please make sure that you tune us in. Greencastle, Northern 7-7 at the half. A little bit of a surprise, Rick.
Yeah, the Blue Devils really have, I don't want to say they dominated the first half, but I think they've played very, very well. They've offensively, they've moved the ball at will. Unfortunately had a turnover as they were driving the one time and on downs, but besides Northern's one long run by quarterback Chris Barrett, they've done a very good job holding them in check. So I think if you're Coach McCulley and everybody, you've got to be thrilled with the way the first half went. And Northern, I'm sure, is going to make their adjustments and changes. But I think Max McDowell has played an excellent game to this point, and Ethan Murr continues to do a great job of catching the football.
Yeah, Ethan Murr, and Vern said this last week, and I got to repeat it again, his hands have been remarkable. What a catch that was for the touchdown. So the Blue Devils really are playing great football. As you mentioned, the turnover and the one long run, you take those away, it could be a different score at this point in time, but the woulda, shoulda, wouldas. Hoodovs is not one that's in there, but I put it in there. So if you're watching right now, you're taking a look at the band from Northern New York, and they are getting ready to perform the halftime show. We're going to take a short break. We'll come back. We'll review the scoring, and also we'll take a look at the stats right after these messages on the F&M Trust halftime show, or excuse me, rather, let me get this right, on the Antrim Insurance halftime show, which is also on the F&M Trust Sports Network on midpennbroadcasting.com, the sportspage.blog, and on WRGG at 93.7 and on the web at WRGG.org.
The U.S. Air Force flies thousands of missions around the world each day and relies on airmen with specialized mechanical training and skills to make it all happen. When you choose a mechanical career in the Air Force, you'll receive extensive training and experience on some of the most advanced equipment in the world. Call Tech Sergeant Patrick at 717-480-7254 to find out more. This message brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
Welcome back. It's halftime here at Cayley Field. And I guess the question on everybody's mind, and this one, it might be the phantom extra point of 2018. Did it go through the uprights or not? Rick, I'm looking for redemption here because I called it no good. You agreed with me.
I agree with you 100%.
We checked with the coaches coming out of the box or the right next to us. They said, well, we didn't think it went through either. You got text from people down in the stands said, did that go through the uprights? So it mattered to one person, the guy making the call. He said it did. I did not see Northern going out like arguing at all.
No.
So, I guess it counts, and it does. It's up on the board right now, 7-7. Blue Devils have this one tied at the half on the Antrim Insurance halftime show. As you're right, this game moving quickly. We may be at kickoff for the Penn State game at 9 o'clock the way this one is rolling through. Rare Friday night football game. Someone said to me, why are they playing Friday night? I said, it's called television.
That's what I was just going to say.
It's called television.
Welcome to big-time college football or big-time college athletics. FS1 has the contract with Big Ten Network, and they said it's Illinois. You're playing Friday.
You're playing Friday.
And you know what? Penn State people will watch, so we'll get a good rating on a Friday night.
Yes, we will. Normally, Friday nights are sort of taboo for college. They let the high schools have that night. But,
Well, they moved it to 9 o'clock.
Yeah, well, they did move it to 9 o'clock after most of the games. It is interesting. Bobby Knight argued a long, long time ago. He hated the fact that television was taking over scheduling the games because his kids were playing late. I agree with him, but I'm one of the guilty parties glad that they did because I get to watch basketball all the time.
Absolutely.
So,
you talk to college coaches in the basketball world all the time. They said, what'll drive them, 9 o'clock sitting around waiting for a game.
Right.
It's brutal.
It is brutal, but that is the way of the nature. So maybe nature of the beast. Maybe we'll get to see the kickoff here. We do not know. The game started a little bit early, so maybe we'll end a little bit early. 7-7 at the half. Blue Devils started out with a great drive. They took it 8 plays, took some time, about 3 minutes off the clock, 3.5 minutes off the clock, but they had to punt it away after 2 consecutive tackles for loss. And then they were able to hold Northern to just 6 plays. They had to punt it away, only 1 first down. And then Greencastle got it back, was on the move, got it down to about the 14-yard line inside Northern territory, fumbled it away. And then that was the last 1 play remaining in the first quarter. That's how quick it went. And then Northern came out and got that big 45-yard run on the option play. Barrett kept it, and they went in for the play. 6 plays, 86 yards, 2 minutes and 4 seconds. Blue Devils 3 and out. That was the only time they went 3 and out on that possession, the next possession. And then Northern, they got 6 plays before they had to punt it away. And then the Blue Devils came back and put together a drive that was 12 plays, 67-yard drive, 11-yard pass from McDowell to an excellent catch by Ethan Murr. Ethan Murr made the magical extra point. It was 7-7. That went 12 plays, 67 yards for the score and took 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Northern ran 1 play. That was it. Each team only 4 possessions throughout the ball game, and in fact, Northern 4th possession was that last possession where they ran 1 play. So that bodes well for the Blue Devils. Greencastle had 9 first downs. Northern only 4. 3 penalties for Northern for 20 yards, 2 for Greencastle at 10 yards. Northern 5 for 8 using 2 different quarterbacks. And Greencastle Antrim 6 for 12. Max McDowell 6 for 12. And the score, as we mentioned, tied at 14 or 7-7. We come back. Rick's going to check us some scores around the area, see who's winning and who's not, and find out what's going on. We'll do that right after these messages on the F&M Trust Sports Network, on midpennbroadcasting.com, the sportspage.blog, WRGG 93.7 FM, and WRGG.org.
Force flies thousands of missions around the world each day and relies on airmen with specialized mechanical training and skills to make it all happen. When you choose a mechanical career in the Air Force, you'll receive extensive training and experience on some of the most advanced equipment in the world. Call Tech Sergeant Patrick at 717-480-7.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the post-game show. Or excuse me, the pregame, the halftime show. I got a little confused there. Brought to you by Antrim Insurance, your local area insurance agent serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Chambersburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding Pennsylvania and Maryland areas. Antrim Insurance, 169 South Antrim Way, Greencastle, 1685 East Main Street in Waynesboro. Rick, catch us up to date on some scores here.
Real quick here before Northern takes possession. James Buchanan is losing to Perryville 34-0. State College is now starting to open up a little bit against Chambersburg, 28-9 Little Lions, and Shippensburg is losing 6-0 to Mifflin County.
Really?
Yes.
Waynesboro was losing to Big Spring 7-0 early on, surprisingly. From the 20-yard line, they keep the quarterback keeps the ball. That is Barrett, and Barrett is down right away. He gets a 1-yard gain. So the Blue Devils, and again, Rick, what do we always say about these first couple minutes here?
Very important. Greencastle's got to feel real good about things right now. Got Northern back on their heels a little bit. It's important to keep that, capitalizing on that momentum.
Next week it is, by the way, the Shippensburg Greyhounds at Shippensburg. Blue Devils will be on the road for that one. We'll join you up there also if you can't make it to the game. Northern spreads the field a little bit, bringing two receivers to the near side. They'll work out near the right hash mark. Barrett back at quarterback from the gun. Two-step drop. Now he decides to run after the fake. Heavy pressure. Greencastle will bottle him up and bring him down, perhaps for a loss or perhaps at the line of scrimmage. We'll have to wait and see.
And I would say a couple surprising things that we saw in the first half is, one, a team that throws the ball 10 times a game, threw it 8 times in the first half. They alternated quarterbacks, which we didn't expect. And so I think those are the biggest surprises we saw from Northern. And really, the defense did a great job bottling up number 7, Schwartz.
Yeah, you know, we haven't called his number that often.
More on defense, to be honest.
Considering he carries the ball 50% of the time before. They'll have two receivers to the left, two to the right. They'll put the fullback on the sidecar right beside Barrett. Barrett takes the snap and 3-step drop, looking to throw again and fires across the middle. Oh man, I don't think Antoine Carter knew that was there. He never saw the ball in and out of his hands, incomplete.
It almost hit him right in the chest, and he was kind of having a deep third there, and it was just overthrown.
Our reaction was like, ooh. He should have. He did. It hit him in the chest, and I think he realized at that point in time, wait a minute, that's the football.
But another 3 and out.
Carter back now at his 40-yard line, and Barrett in the punt. He'll stand at the 9-yard line. Not a good snap, bounces one, but he gets up to him, and he'll line drive this one, and Carter's going to wisely let it go, and it's going to bounce out of bounds about the 39, 38-yard line. Not bad field position for the Blue Devils.
And like we talk about, Greg, couldn't have been a better scripted defensive series for the Blue Devils. They're going to get the ball back here, and they've moved the ball very well against Northern.
Well, they only allowed Northern to hold the ball for about 1:20. It was a 3 and out, so yeah, you can't get much better than that. Blue Devils have started at their own 35, their own 41, their own 40, and their own 37. So this one's right there with it at their own 38. And has been just about, well, anywhere from the 35 to the 40, so they're in there. They'll bring two receivers to the right side.
And this is great. You know, like we said, it's been an uneven season. We've had 2 blowout wins and we've had 2 lopsided losses, and it looks like this game's going to come down to the wire.
Yes, it does. Wesley Medina gets the first call of the second half, and he drags everybody 6 yards up for a 6-yard gain.
Wesley Medina continues to churn out tough yards in the middle there, and the offensive line is really doing a nice job on the running game.
They certainly are. Aaron Lutz, Chase Rensberger, Bob McCoon, Ethan Klopper, and Sam Reed in there. Wing T formation. Medina, it'll be McDowell. He gets bumped by a defender that fell down, and that slowed him down a little bit, and he is thrown for a loss for 1 yard.
Yeah, that time Northern, the middle tightened up there and made a good play.
Loss of about 2 yards in the play.
So 2-yard loss, 2nd and 12. That will be the 1, 2, 3, fourth tackle for a loss. They had 3 in the first half. Wing T in motion goes Murr on the jet sweep. He'll take it, cuts upfield, gets to the first down, and keeps on going.
It's
coming back. There's more flags out there.
Yeah, I saw that from here. There was a couple. I think there was actually truly 2 holds that opened up that corner for us.
It was wide open, so that negate the first down, and back it comes.
Yep.
Well. So that's the first penalty of the second half. That'll be the Blue Devils' 3rd penalty. That one will be marked from the place that it occurred, and they'll take it way back to the 35-yard line. That'll be a 10-yard penalty marched up against the Blue Devils. So now they have 3 penalties for 20 yards, same as Northern at this stage of the game. 3rd and a lot of grass in between the first down marker, 14 yards. 8:52 up on the board, 7-7 score. McDowell empty set in the backfield. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Now one comes this way on the jet sweep, and here's that screenplay again. Oh, incomplete pass. In and out of the hands of Hebert, and he couldn't hold on to it. So it will be a 3 and out for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, both defensives looks like they've made their adjustments, and that time a penalty unfortunately hurt us. And we've got to continue to rise to the occasion defensively.
So the Blue Devils will punt it away. Duani.
Now this is interesting. Ethan Hildebrand is now going to do the long snapping. Thomas Hebert was doing it before.
Good snap, and
wow. Another booming kick.
Yeah, wow. Back to the 20 it goes. He takes the ball there. That is, again, number 6. That is Tyler Yawn. Wow, 20 got a leg into that one, and that's what we would suggest would be the end of the win, right?
Yeah, that was without question into the win. He just crushed it.
Back to the 29-yard line. That's where Marconi makes the stop for the Blue Devils against.
We got a Blue Devil down
Yawn.
right now. Number 28, Josh Leon, a 5'8", 150-pound senior.
And he's been playing a lot of special teams. So they'll take over the ball. 8:29 remaining here in the third quarter. 7-7 score. So both teams opening up the third quarter with 3 and outs, and a little break in the action. And
looks like his left leg, Greg, they're attending to.
Yeah, the trainers out there, head coach Devin McCauley out there. We give a chance to tell you a little bit about what happened last week around the area as we catch up on scores from week number week number 4. Big Spring, a loser to Kennerdale, 27-12. Wasn't expecting that one. As the game you heard right here, 49-20, West Perry over Greencastle Antrim. And then in a thriller at Shippensburg winning 28-20 in overtime. That's a pretty good ball game. And Mifflin County, as we mentioned, losing to this very same Northern York Ball Club 20-13. Tonight, Big Spring is at Waynesboro, Northern at Greencastle. We know Mechanicsburg at West Perry, and Shippensburg at Mifflin County. The other game we're watching, of course, is the Chambersburg Trojans playing up at State College against a really, really good State College, the Little Lions. And I'm sure people up there want to get out and get home back to see their big Lions play at 9 o'clock.
I would think so. I would think, and Josh Leon being helped off, and it's definitely his leg, and Sam and all of Greencastle Physical Therapy do a great job for our school. They
certainly do. Mifflin County is at Big Spring next week. Greencastle Antrim at Shippensburg. Waynesboro at Bishop McDevitt.
That'll be a tough one.
West Perry at Northern York. I wonder how they lucked out on that draw. They're wondering the same thing at this point in time. How do we get them of all the teams to pick up? Long huddle coming out of for Northern here, and there's the whistle to start the clock. 8:29, it'll go on the snap. 7-7 score. Northern working from the right hash mark, right to left. First down and 10 for them. Barrett, lone set in the backfield, or an empty set rather. Looks to throw and does. Comes out here and completes the pass. He gets by. How'd he get by everybody? There he goes, but fortunately going to be run down by Rhodes at the 30-yard line. And just a nice catch and run by Wenger.
And they had him there. Unfortunately, he broke 2 tackles and a big gain for Northern.
That certainly was. And it's like 2 or 3 people watched it occur.
Yep.
So now in excellent field position, deep inside Blue Devil territory at the 31. Blue Devil defense has to come up tough here. Schwartz in the tailback position right behind the shotgun, and he gets the call. Going to go left and right, breaks one tackle, breaks a second tackle. Now he goes down at the 15-yard line, and that's about one of the biggest runs we've seen out of Cal Schwartz.
And he looked that was a great run. There was no question about it, and we kind of were expecting a little more of that going in, but, I think I'm going to look at it this way. I think it was more our defense stepped up and has done the job here. And, Northern's look like there's a little more sense of urgency from the Polar Bears right now.
Now, they'll run a fullback now in the up back position behind the quarterback, out of the gun, into the belly. He takes it. He gets stomped right away. So a big play for the Blue Devils, about a 1-2 yard pickup on the play. Now, the Blue Devils at this time, here comes the magic word, they need a turnover. They need to create a turnover. They have not done that many times this year.
Yep, and that would, even just to hold them to a field goal would be a big advantage. You want to just keep the ball out of the end zone.
They have attempted 2 of 3. They made 2 or 3 field goal, the longest being a 34-yarder by Bailey Blatchick, the 6'1", 165-pound sophomore. Schwartz in the tailback position, takes his stutter steps. Now he goes in and he walks in for the touchdown. So from about 13 yards out, Schwartz makes his presence known.
Yeah, that was all Schwartz there. I mean, he got hit a couple times, broke some tackles, made some nice moves, and scampered into the end zone.
So they did not.
Greg, you are on your own on this extra point. After that last one.
I understand why you would say that. Well, we'll see what happens. This one is good. I mean, it went through the uprights. It was a line drive shot. I know it went through the uprights. Extra point is up and good, and Northern puts another one up on the board, and they expand the lead to 14-7. We will be right back after we take this short break on the F&M Trust Sports Network, MidPennBroadcasting.com, the sportspage.blog, and also WRGG 93.7 and WRGG.org.
Third quarter drawing, a Blue Devil football fan pack.
That touchdown was a 4-play, 71-yard drive. Big play was the pass play on the missed tackles. 13 yards, Schwartz went in. Extra point made it 14-7. There's that squib kick, or is it an onside kick? I don't know. It's recovered by the Blue Devils at the 43-yard line, and you're thinking either they're trying to get the ball or they have really confidence in their defense right now. Wait a minute here.
Yeah, and that's a little surprising because Greencastle has moved the ball so well.
I don't know. So we'll see how the Blue Devils can do here.
But we talked about Ethan Hildebrand being such a threat. He's returned a couple. So maybe they just want to avoid that. It's really not like they're lining up at an onside.
No, they're not bunched in any one end or the other. Wing T formation, and McDowell on the planned quarterback keeper, and they saw it coming this time. He gets 1.5 yards upfield, but that's about it.
A lot of success in the first half with McDowell going up through the middle there. It looks like Northern's made the necessary adjustments, and they kind of cut that off the last couple possessions.
Blue Devils second now and a long 8. They'll work from the center of the field, and they're moving left to right here in quarter number 3, wearing the home blues and the white pants. McDowell with a sidecar to his left. That is Tony Mayu. He gets the call. Nice run upfield, 50 to the 45 and down at the 43-yard line. First down, Blue Devils.
Real nice run there. Good hole opened up by the offensive line. He got through it quickly, and that'll move the sticks and get the ball into Polar Bear territory.
You know, last week Blue Devils went in with 3 starters out, 4 starters out. This week they have 1 starter out. What difference did that make last week? Well, you watch Tony Mayu run here, and it made a big difference.
Makes a world of difference, and a lot of times you're covering it with someone from another position, and that makes you weaker at 2 spots. So, big difference.
Wide open, Carter takes the catch at the 40, and then the 36, and gets brought down for, is it a first down? Yeah, no. Yes, first down.
And what I liked about that is Antoine Carter caught the ball, put his foot in the ground, and went straight forward to get that.
And he knew where he had to get. Yep. Rhodes comes in now as the 1 wide out. Blue Devils break huddle. He'll go to the short side of the field, which is the far side. He'll work out of the left hash mark. Tony Mayu in the sidecar position and gets the call. He goes left, he goes right. Now he's running, he's still running, he's on his feet. He's down to the 10 and brought down inside the 10-yard line. And another great run by Isaiah Tony Mayu.
Only a sophomore.
Yes. 3 consecutive first downs, 2 of them by Tony Mayu here, and the Blue Devils are on the move.
First and goal from the northern 9-yard line.
And you heard PA announcer Vern McCauley say first and goal from the 9. So the Blue Devils in this position before. Last time they came away with pay dirt. Let's see what they do this time. Line up in that same alignment. And this time Northern says, no, we got burnt last 2 times.
Exactly.
We're not going to get burnt this time.
Mayu, as we said, a 5'9", 160 pounds, and he'll put weight on. And the coaching staff's very excited about his future.
Oh, understandable. That is thrown for a loss, and that will be the 5th tackle for a loss coming out of Northern here in this ball game. Blue Devils have 2 tackles for losses. Carter comes to the near side. Murr will line up in a wingback to the right. They'll put a slot to the left, and he'll come in motion. That is Marconi. And McDowell on a low snap, picks it up. He's in trouble, and he's not going to be able to get rid of it. A whole bunch of white jerseys in there, including Donovan Baer, who's a 6'1", 205-pound junior, and that's going to be yet another loss. Sort of like the very first drive when the Blue Devils had 2 consecutive plays for losses. They got down about the same place, and they couldn't do much out of it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they've kind of moved themselves out of field goal range even right now. So the 19-yard line, it's 3rd and 19.
36-yard field goal, yes. Look for a pass play. Mayu in the position to the right of McDowell working out of the gun. Fakes to the running back. McDowell's going to run. He's going to keep it. He's up to the 15 to the 14-yard line.
Going to be an interesting call here, Greg. Little trouble, like you said, with the field goals and extra points this year. Be interesting to see what they decide.
Looks like they're going to go for it. Going to go for and it does appear Tawani's going to be the kicker here. So the first field goal of this season comes in game number. He's going to be the holder. Murr's going to be the kicker.
Yep.
No, it's McDowell. Tawani just took the
about a 32-yarder here.
Yep. Right hash mark, which is okay. Kicking from the right side. Awaiting the snap. It's down. Kick is up. Line drive shot going to go left. And that one, I must tell you, I know is no good. So the 32-yard field goal attempt, no good. And that will make it 14-7 still. And the Blue Devils, nice drive, but they could not put it in.
Got it down to the 9-yard line and unfortunately went backwards from there, and backwards enough that it made it a challenging, that was just wide. What do you always say, right or left? From our vantage point, it was left. From, I guess, from the field it'd be right.
Well, left.
Yep.
It went left, yeah.
So kind of hooked it. Looked like my driver.
Yeah. So 2:56 to go in the quarter. They give the ball to Schwartz and making a little bit better use of him here in the third quarter, aren't they?
I think we're going to get a big bowl of him here for the rest of the game. I think, I'm sure Coach Miller made it very clear that he needs – sports are real easy. You need good players to play well. I'm being, kind of silly, but in all honesty, you need your better players to play well.
Right.
You can have good players, and if they don't play well, that doesn't help you. You know, you need your good players to step up, and I think we're going to see number 7 quite a bit here.
This is Heisey at the quarterback. He puts it in the belly of number 7, but pulls it back out, and he goes up to about the 27-yard line, 28-yard line, and shy of the first down by about 2 yards. Clock at 2:06, ticking away. 14-7 score up on the board, tied at halftime. And the last drive that Northern had it, they took it 4 plays and 71 yards for the score. So they've been alternating between Heisey, who is a sophomore, and their regular starting quarterback, who is a senior. That is Chris Barrett. There goes another one. Schwartz around the right side, has some running room. Down over the 50, down over the 40. He's got to beat Carter.
Oh,
Carter,
wow, was that a good
nice move.
back.
And he's going to go in for the touchdown. And now we see Schwartz turning on the speed and turning up the volume here. He took that one from, where would that have been?
That was about a 78-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, from the 28, I guess it was, yes. So 30, 72-yard touchdown run, and unfortunately 3 plays. 72.
Again, those long runs have really been hurting Greencastle this year. It's not been passing plays. It's just really struggling against those running plays.
So it was 80 yards for the drive, 72 yards for Schwartz. Back-to-back TDs from Schwartz. Extra point chores coming in by Blashik, and the kick is up, and it is good. They have increased it now to a 21-7 mark for the Blue Devils. Range for the third quarter, but we're going to take a break. We'll come back with 1:31 remaining in the third quarter right after these messages on the F&M Trust Sports Network, midpennbroadcasting.com, the sportspage.blog, WRGG 93.7 FM, and WRGG.org.
You can get your GA peak out.
And WRGG.org. We'll be right back. McDowell throwing across the middle and completes the pass down to the 3-yard line to sure hands Murr. That's a great catch, Rick.
Another great catch. Went down and got it. Max McDowell put it again where only his guy could get it.
Yeah.
And his guy got it.
What a great pass and catch. And Greencastle 2 for 2 here in the second half of passing.
And that time, Greg, Northern brought their blitz like they've been, but we picked it up and gave Max enough time to throw it.
So the Blue Devils now, they'll have the full big package in, but from the shotgun, and they're just going to block for McDowell. McDowell looks like he's in. Where's the signal? There it is.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Blue Devils.
Big answer. Big answer.
Certainly was. And the Blue Devils have scored on a simple 5-play drive that took them.
What the call is.
And he's not always back there either.
No, like you said, it's his time right now.
Here's the call, holding against Northern.
It has to be on 20. He's still pleading his case.
Well, that saves the Blue Devils from an immediate score. Let's see if they can come back out here and do a little bit on the defensive side and slow down the young man, Kyle Schwartz. Schwartz, just a junior, started as a sophomore. He has been their premier running back. Ball will be spotted at the 45 in Blue Devil territory.
That's a spot foul, so it must have occurred about at the 35.
So they'll take over, 11:16 to go. 2 in the backfield with Heisey. Heisey runs the option play, keeps it. There he goes again. Got tripped up, but he's still on his feet and finally brought down to the 30-yard line. Sort of like the last time we went. This time, though, I kept my eyes on him.
Well, they can't fake you out every time, Greg.
Not every time. Heisey gets the first down, though.
And I tell you what, if you're Northern, you got Heisey as a sophomore running that play, and you got handing it to a junior now in Schwartz. Future looks pretty bright for the Polar Bears.
Blue Devils need to make something happens here defensively. They have an H-back to the left and a tailback in Schwartz right behind Heisey. Schwartz gets the call, but Medina is in there to bring him down. And that is a tackle for a loss.
No gain, second down.
So that's what the Blue Devils needed.
Big stop by Wesley Medina right in the middle of that line at the nose guard position.
Third tackle for a loss for the Blue Devils. So a 2nd and 11 situation faces Northern.
10 minutes left in the ball game, Greg. Blue Devils have to keep Northern out of the end zone.
Heisey still at the quarterback position. As you mentioned, he's a 6'1", 170-pound sophomore. Snap and pitch to Schwartz. Schwartz, there he goes. Are they going to get him? Carter wraps him up finally down to the 10-yard line, and they knock him out of bounds somewhere down near the 5-yard line. He's deceivingly fast.
He's very patient. He'll pick his way through, and then when he turns it on, though, he's very tough to catch. And there's a
official timeout.
Is that a Blue Devil?
It is over on the other side of the field. I'm not even sure how well. I guess he was in the play originally about the 25, 26-yard line. And he is down, and just you could tell writhing in pain there as he's hitting his foot against the turf. He's on his knees.
Yeah, we'll never speculate.
No.
So I'm not. It may be. Well, I don't want to say.
No, we're just not going to say at this point. 10:02 up on the clock. Blue Devils having trouble slowing down the Northern offense here in half number 2. They started it out well. Rick, they went with 3 and out on the first offensive series from Northern, and Northern punted it away. But then on the next one, starting from their own 29, they took a 4-play, 71-yard drive, 13 yards by Schwartz to make it 14-7. Then they were able to stop the Blue Devils on the field goal attempt was no good, even though the Blue Devils did move the ball quite well in that drive. Northern came back 3 plays later, 80-yard drive, 72-yard run by Schwartz. And minute 31 later, they're up on the board 21-7. Blue Devil answers.
Yeah, that's Tyler Twane, who just came back.
Greencastle started their own 45. They went 5 plays and 55 yards and got the touchdown, 3-yard run by McDowell, 21-14. Now, Schwartz and company knocking on the door. Twane coming off. That's never a good sign.
It looks like his left shoulder.
Yes. And the way, well, you've seen this enough times. Sometimes the way they carry it looks like a dislocated shoulder, but
it just hurts.
It just hurts.
So, like you said,
he's been doing a lot of things for the Blue Devils tonight, punting well.
Punting very well.
Yeah, and defensively, he was playing well. Well, here comes Northern knocking on the door again. They are 5 yards away from a touchdown. 1st and goal. They get 4 shots at it. They're going to come right out of the I formation. Fullback and the tailback, of course, is Schwartz.
Number 7 may get this.
He may. They bring in motion the wide out to the other side, and they give it to Schwartz. Schwartz up the middle. And
good tackle there.
Yeah, he gets stopped right away, but he's going to pick up a yard or so on the play.
Yeah, Medina in there again. He's becoming a handful as Northern's kind of going no huddle now, and they're just going to, I think, just keep pounding Schwartz here about 4 times.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. They're going to stay in that I formation.
Yep, trying to wear the Blue Devils down here.
So at least the Blue Devils know where it's going, unless Heisey fakes it. He likes he's pretty good at that. This time, though, Schwartz is in for the touchdown, 4 yards out, and he gets the touchdown again. That's his 3rd of the night.
He's been what's been advertised the second half for sure. He's outstanding game. You got to give their offensive line a lot of credit. They're opening up some holes, and it looks like our defense is kind of wearing down a little bit. And that's how Northern plays.
Yeah,
they're very different than West Perry, where a quick strike kind of highlight film. They kind of bludgeon you.
Extra point chores. Here's the snap. It's down. The kick. It is up, and it is good. And so They expand the lead to 28-14. We saw very little offense in the first half. We're seeing a lot of offense here in the second half. That was simply a 45-play drive, 5 plays, the 4-yard run by Schwartz for his 3rd touchdown of the ball game. And that one took a little longer than you might imagine, Rick. Let me see here. It started at 11:16. It took exactly 2 minutes. No. 2 minutes and 1 second. So tell you what, their last one was a 2-minute drive. That one's 2 minutes and 1 second. They've been scoring quickly here. And the other one that they had, 1:32. Tawanni being looked after by the training staff down there.
Blue Devil Football, the Education Foundation, and the entire Greencastle Antrim community.
Sounds like things are getting interesting in Happy Valley as Ed Gottwalls is posting some interesting things. The Trojans had a touchdown. The officials huddled for several minutes, signaled touchdowns. The Little Lion coaches went nuts. The officials huddled again and waved off the touchdown. And now he is saying that Coach Luther is about out of his mind.
Yeah. Wow, so. Man, I tell you what. And it's not like you can use instant replay. So
it sounds like some interesting goings on.
Yeah. What is the score? Do we know?
It's as far as that, it looks like it's still 28-9.
Okay. There's a
traditional kick.
Yes, it is. Back to the 12-yard line. Carter takes it. Carter, there's a face mask. I didn't see the whistle or the flag. It looked like a face mask from way up here. And he brings it up. Nice little run back to the 29-yard line. Blue Devils go to work, and they need to score again.
Yeah, they're down 2 scores here. They not only do they need to score 9 minutes, they don't have to panic by any means, but they've got to make every possession count at this point.
They can't take the last drive when they scored in the first quarter. It was a 4-minute and 45-second drive. They can't afford a 4-minute 45-second drive.
Yeah. It becomes a math equation after a while.
From the shotgun formation, only 2 yards back, and pistol more or less. McDowell has some time, fires out here to nobody.
I think he was just throwing that away.
Yeah, he was, but
he really didn't have any pressure on him.
I would,
I think Coach McCauley's kind of questioning him a little bit.
Well, Northern's saying, why isn't that intentional grounding? And I got to be honest with you.
Yeah,
it's a great question.
They're right. There was no one even in the vicinity besides Coach Miller over there.
According to my stats, which are certainly unofficial, that's the first incomplete pass of the second half. 2 of 3 for McDowell. So let's see what the Blue Devils can do here. The clock stopped at 9:01 on that one. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and Tony Mayu in the backfield, and he'll get the call. He's going to go right side, breaks through the line, gets about 4 yards, and then driven back. Forward motion stops way up at the 34-yard line.
And again, you see what the coach is like about Tony Mayhew. He got through the line, as you said, very quickly. And, only a sophomore, as he gets more time in the weight room, as he physically matures, he'll put good weight on, and he'll break that second tackle.
Yes. 5-yard pickup, by the way, as they split the chains now. They'll work outside of the right side. Wide side is the near side of the field, where they'll put 3 receivers and 1 on the other side. Murray motion, jet sweep, fake that. McDowell under heavy pressure. They'll run the screen pass, but that's no fooling Northern.
No, I think they're on to that one
now. They got, as a matter of fact, now they're going to put it at the original line of scrimmage, and that is a break for the Blue Devils. I thought it might have been a loss.
Now this is interesting. Adam Root, the regular punter, is out with a broken hand.
And so is
Tawanni now, or the backup punter, who had a great time punting today, is they got his shoulder pads off as they're working on his shoulder, and I think they're to the point where they got to go for it.
Yeah, they are. There's no doubt about it. 4th and 5.
For a lot of reasons,
yes,
actually.
Time is not their fan, and with that, a timeout is called by Devin McCauley. He needs to talk things over and see what's going on. He takes the timeout. We'll do likewise. We'll be right back with the final 7 minutes and 43 seconds of this one. Don't go away. It's the F&M Trust Sports Network on midpenbroadcasting.com, the sportspage.blog, WRGG FM, and WRGG.org. So here we go, 4th and 5 for the Blue Devils, not deep in their territory, but sitting at the 38-yard line. In motion goes Marconi to the outside. McDowell looking, fires to the intended receiver.
Nick Barnes, number 10.
Was it Barnes? Yeah.
It's unfortunately a little high, but I think Nick would tell you he should have had that one.
Yeah, he put his hands to his helmet when that one came down, and the Blue Devils will give it up on down. So a 4 and out for them, and that means at the 34-yard line, this is where Northern will take it over again. And unfortunately, Rick, a score here is going to put it out of range for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, I think you're right.
We're running out of time.
And I think you're just going to get a slow, methodical. Well, now it's interesting here. Number 15, Chris Barrett, who should be pretty rested, is in. So I wonder if we're going to see some quarterback carries, little fake to Schwartz.
They come out in the I formation. Schwartz at the tailback position. Fullback, no, it is Barrett. Barrett around the left side, has some running room, and he has some blocking. He gets by one, gets by a second one, down by the 10-yard line. Finally brought down inside the 10 at the 9-yard line. Nice call on that one, Rick.
Well, you could kind of almost feel that coming. They you know, and we were kind of curious of their substitution patterns, and we kind of jestingly said, you know, maybe they're trying to wear us down, but kind of looks like that's exactly what they were doing.
Yeah, they certainly.
And from the guys I've talked to who have played them and some of the coaches, the concern was the physicality, that can you stand up to them beating on you for 4 quarters.
So the ball spotted at the left hash mark at the 9-yard line, 1st and goal for Northern again. And they have scored on their last 3 possessions, trying to make it 4. Schwartz, the call. He scored the last couple times, breaks 1 tackle, and this time, he broke another one. Wow, man, he breaks a bunch of tackles and gets down to the 1-yard line. Does not get in, but a strong run on his part.
Yeah, strong run, and there looks like there's some tired Blue Devils out there right now. Blue Devils played well. They played real well. They've hung in there. They've got some more positives to draw on, and Northern's another good football team. It's not going to get any easier with Shippensburg next week.
No, it doesn't. We need to check up on the scores there, Rick, if we can, see what's going on around the area. We have the Shippensburg ball game, and, of course, Waynesboro and Big Spring, another one to watch. I formation again. They've been just pounding that with Luke Horvath in the fullback position, and for some reason Bill Miller did not like what he saw, and he calls the timeout. Do they have too many on? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, they had 11 up there, but the timeout has been called.
Greg, your wish is my command. Quickly, State College has really opened it up on Chambersburg, 35-9 at half. Ship is losing 12-0 at half.
To
who did we say they were playing with?
I have to look that up. I'll find it. You go ahead. You go ahead.
Perryville is beating JB 48-8.
Ooh.
Still in the first half, according to this update.
Shippensburg's playing Mifflin County. So
that's
Mifflin
right.
County,
I'm sorry, we did say that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Mifflin County's beating Shippensburg?
Yep, 12-0.
Wow. That's a surprise.
Yep. And I cannot get a Waynesboro score.
Waynesboro and Big Spring, they were losing 7-0 early on. See what happens.
Let me see if I will effort that.
Northern comes out of the huddle after their timeout. They'll set up in that I formation, and it is Schwartz in the backfield. And the tailback, he gets the call. Straight up the middle he goes. He bounces off one. Boy, he does not go down hard easily, and he is in for the score. He gets the touchdown from about 3 yards out, and that is 4 consecutive touchdowns from Mr. Schwartz. So Schwartz, 4-yard that time, 3 plays. That's all it took from the 34, so 34-yard drive. And they are back up on the board, 34-14. We'll see what the extra point will do here. Snap is good. The kick is blocked and falls short. Someone got a hand on it. So with 6:08 remaining in the ball game, 34-14 is the score. It is the Northern Polar Bears up on top. We will be back after these messages on the M&M Trust Sports Network, midpennbroadcasting.com, the sportspage.blog, and on WRGG at 93.7 on the web at WRGG.org. Welcome back to Cayley Field. Beautiful night for football. A little under 70 degrees. The wind has slowed down a little bit, but still setting the flag out straight. There's that traditional kick you talked about, and Carter will take it at the 11-yard line. Brings it up to the 25. Still on his feet at the 31 and knocked out of bounds at about the 31-yard line. Blue Devils take over possession. They need quick strikes here.
They do, and also realistically, this game's kind of out of reach, but you've played well. You don't want it to end badly.
Right.
You want to make sure this last 6 minutes are positive, and you want to feel good. It's been a really good effort, and you really don't want it to be a real lopsided final score. You deserve better than that.
Yeah, you do. It was 21 points coming in that third quarter that really did the Blue Devils in. And the Blue Devils have scored here in the fourth quarter. McDowell out of the gun, looking to pass. Has plenty of time. Now he has to run. He tucks and run and barrels up to about the 34-yard line. So a coverage, not a sack, but a coverage, great coverage on the part of Northern.
Yeah, he had plenty of time there. He surveyed the field, and just kind of eventually just kind of crept forward that he had to go.
Well, Northern is expecting to pass, so they're playing the pass to prevent defense. They were putting four, of course, they're 4 down linemen, defensive linemen, and they would put 4 up in the box right behind them. Now they're sort of only putting 2 up there. And Blue Devils spread the field on the offense, working again, looking to pass. McDowell out of the pocket, fires across the middle, hits Murr. Murr at the 48-yard line, first down Blue Devil. Murr,
Max McDowell
catches.
And he put that one right on him. Nice catch by Ethan Murr.
The other thing that Murr has done well has gotten open.
Yep.
You don't get the ball thrown to you if you don't get open.
County 12, Shippensburg 0, Waynesboro 14, Big Spring 7.
14-7, Big Spring winning.
No, Waynesboro
winning. McDowell, bounce pass, unfortunately, and you can't do that.
No, his arm.
The Truex.
His arm got hit.
Second down.
McDowell, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 passes here in the second half. He was 6 for 12 in the first half, 4 for 7 here in the second half. The Blue Devils have thrown 19 times. And probably will be 20 before it's all over. 5:08 up on the board. They trail 34-14. Fake the handoff, rolling to the right, looking to throw, fires downfield. Murr that time jumped too soon, and there's a flag coming back here. And I got the feeling,
late.
Yeah, that's got to be a dead ball personal foul. And I would assume it goes against Northern.
I would assume, but they're going the other way.
Yeah, they are. So it's going to get against Blue Devils. And they don't need that.
Interested to see what this call was.
Ineligible receiver.
Okay. Because like you said, it was a very late flag.
Just the 4th penalty of the game for the Blue Devils. 35 yards on those. Yeah, ineligible downfield. So 2nd and 15 now. Next week, Shippensburg. Can't make it to War Memorial Park. Join us here at 93.7 WRGG and on Mid-Penn Broadcasting. McDowell, empty set. Brings Mayu in motion, jet sweep, fakes it, and then throws it across the middle to a wide open Marconi. Marconi gets the first down and a few more yards as he made a nice run after the catch to the 40-yard line.
First down, Blue Devils.
Well,
that screen's been there a lot tonight.
Yes.
Northern plays a very aggressive brand of defense. They blitz a lot. Ryan Marconi with a nice run after catch, and they pick up all the yards. Northern has too many guys on the field right now.
Greencastle didn't see it, didn't get the snap off in time. McDowell going for the corner to Carter. Up in the air, Carter makes the catch down at the 3-yard line.
Another great throw by Max McDowell.
To Antoine Carter.
What a catch.
He dropped that one right in.
Oh, man, perfectly thrown.
This is the best game Max McDowell has played this year.
It's going to be set at the 2-yard line, and Greencastle in the hurry up. McDowell under center. He's going to keep it. The push gets him in. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Got to be. Yep, there it is. 2-yard touchdown run from Max McDowell.
Now, it'd be interesting. I guess you just go for one here, Greg?
Yeah, you only need one.
Yeah.
I agree, because you got the advantage. And then go for the onside kick. You know that's got to be coming. Got to be coming. Blue Devils took, let me see here, took 1:40 to score that one. That's pretty doggone good.
That's absolutely what they needed to do.
Murr, snaps down, kick is up. It is good. And the Blue Devils have tightened this one up, 34-21. Still a little way to go.
And that's that positive we were talking about. You want to make sure you have a positive, experience through, especially in these tighter games.
So 2 great passes, 2 great catches. The Blue Devils are now trailing by 13 points, but they got to try to get the ball. Now, you know Northern's going to expect it, and everybody's eyes are on the kicker and seeing where the onside kick goes.
Yep. You don't see usually this much of a huddle up before a kickoff. So
no.
Usually everyone just kind of runs out to their spots. But so it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Now, Blue Devils get the ball back. They still need 2 scores to get into this one.
Yeah, and then the biggest thing is they obviously they can't let Northern just march the ball down like they've been. So,
nope, not at all.
But great heart shown by the Blue Devils tonight.
Well, you said it. They need to come out with a positive, and coming down and scoring that quickly, running the hurry-up offense, showing that they can score a quick strike score like that. And that was a big, big pass play, about 40 yards.
Well, even things like
Carter.
this, Greg, you can practice onside kicks in practice as much as you want. This is real game situations that they're important when games get close.
Now, last time he tried that, I got to tell you, it went parallel to the 40-yard line.
I remember watching that.
Yeah, this one's going to do the same thing.
It's actually going to go backwards.
It's going to go backwards and out of bounds at the 35-yard line in Northern Territory. So I don't know how he did that, but it rolled backwards, and that means it will be Northern's ball at the 35-yard line. So do they take the penalty and move it back to the other 35? No. Just so Schwartz can get more yards. Yeah. Northern will take possession. And it'll be interesting to see what they do here. 4:21 up on the clock. This one in hand for them as they lead by 13. And procedure against the Blue Devils. So they have to march off a penalty, which will be a 5-yard. Yeah.
Bizarre on the onside kick. So.
Yeah. Now, this will be Heisey. No, this is Barrett coming out. He'll set Horvath in the fullback position and Schwartz at tailback. He's just waiting. And now he goes up under center. Looked like he might have called an audible. Schwartz left to the right side. There's a flag being thrown from the back judge.
Yeah, that'll be holding.
And the ball goes to the 35-yard line. Devin McCauley not happy about something with his players. That's not, he's yelling a little bit, and it's not at the officials. It's going to be a hold against the Polar Bears. So they'll pick up another penalty. Third of the half, 6th of the game. This one takes it back to their own 40-yard line. That's a 10-yarder. That's been their drawback here. Let's see, 10, 20, 30, 45, 55 yards in penalties. So they'll work from the 40. It is first down and 10. Clock's running at the 4-minute mark here of the ball game.
And now the quarterback's just going to stare at that back referee until he tells him there's 5.
Pitch back to Schwartz. Schwartz left side. Can he get through the hole? He does, but he gets tackled after going about 6-7 yards. And so that still will be up to the original line of scrimmage, and that'll take the clock down a few more seconds here. You are listening to WRGG-LP Greencastle, Pennsylvania. Thanks for tuning our way here on a beautiful Friday night for football. A little breeze coming through. Cloudy skies kept the temperatures from getting too hot here today. And so the Blue Devils and Northern had perfect game conditions for once, even though the humidity was a little high. It wasn't as bad. I formation
wow, you're
once
pretty
again.
picky if you're not happy with this weather.
Well,
right?
No. I'm just saying it was pretty good. Fumble and loose ball. That was an option play, and the Blue Devils, Northern, was trying to. They got it?
I don't know.
No signal made. There's the.
Yeah, you were talking about no signal at all.
No.
Coach
Okay.
McCauley's like, help me out.
Make the
ball?
call. Yeah. Out. He's going to call a timeout to talk to the referee.
I think so.
Will appear to be recovered by the Blue Devils.
I don't know if you heard the PA announcer, who's somewhat related to a head football coach from McCauley, but he was asking, he said it appeared to be covered by the Blue Devils, but now they're talking over. Let's see if they can pull a State College thing where they give the ball back to Greencastle.
Well, that timeout was
yeah, that
Coach
was
McCauley was almost helping recover the fumble, and then now he's trying to figure out that, in fairness to Coach McCauley, there was no call either way.
It's like they didn't know, and so they just raised the hand instead of a different down. And on that, so they
Coach McCauley is doing his best Coach Tenenis imitation.
Yes, he was. Nice and easy though. No flag thrown, so that's good. 34-21, 2:50 to go. It'll be a third down play for Northern, working about a yard right of their left hash mark, moving left to right. They are 36 yards away from touchdown. Blue Devils come out. They'll send a wide receiver wide out here to the near side of the field. He's just a decoy, I am almost positive. I formation, and everybody else in tight, double tight end set for Northern.
2:50 left, Greg, fourth down.
Clock has to start, doesn't start until the snap. And Schwartz again. Schwartz now finds a hole, and he gets tripped up and finally falls down after crossing the 25 at the 23-yard line, or he may have been gone.
Well, now they switch it to third.
Timeout,
Blue Devils taking another timeout here.
And I apologize. I am confused. The marker down there had fourth down. Now they just flipped it to third. So it must have been second.
Yes. So now it is saying third and 3 yards away. Fourth down and 3 yards away. Fourth down and 3. I wouldn't think this would be a very long field goal if they would decide to go to it. Yeah, again. I don't think they need a field goal unless they want to practice it, I guess. So it would be from the 23 to 33, a 40-yard field goal. So they talking it over. Both teams are. Blue Devils like to prevent the score. 2:38 to go. Blue Devils could get the ball back. A quick strike would put them within one score. Crazier things have happened. Blue Devils on the road next week to Shippensburg. They will take on the Greyhounds. Greyhounds, right as we know, getting beat by Mifflin County, who lost to Northern.
This is interesting. Northern runs right from the sidelines.
And nobody there yet.
They're totally confused. I think they kind of overthought the whole process. Schwartz has been running wild. They came flying out from the sidelines to try to catch Greencastle off guard. And
Barrett
got themselves.
Yeah, everybody went left. Barrett came right, and no one there to hand off, and Blue Devils saw it. And so the Blue Devils get it back at the 25-yard line.
Yeah,
well,
kind of bizarre as well as Schwartz has run the ball.
Yeah, I mean, but it's simply, you would have done that. McDowell in the shotgun. Mayu blocking for him. Across the middle to Murr, overthrown. Murr thinks, and I got to like this attitude, Murr thinks he can catch everything.
Yep. No,
and he thought he should have caught that one. It might have been a little bit overthrown, as McDowell's was heavily rushed that time.
2:27 left, down by 13 points.
And they get a score here real quick.
It's real interesting.
Yeah. Well, let's see. No die Blue Devils here. You got to give them credit for that. Carter's going to go way out to the right side. In the slot is Murr. Actually, he is a wingback position, or slot, and then wingback for the Blue Devils is Hebert. Quick pass tipped. Yeah. Getting a hand on it was Luke Horvath, the 5'6", 160-pound junior, and it falls incomplete.
Getting a little chippy out there.
Well, it is that time of the game.
Yes. Especially those big guys have been beating on each other for an hour and a half.
Yes. And we passed the 2-hour mark of this contest. But we have 2:24 remaining. Clock stopped after the incomplete pass. 3rd and 10 for the Blue Devils. Slot right, or wing T is the formation. And McDowell, he'll keep it. He has to. No one to throw to. Now, clock will run. I don't know if the Blue Devils have any more timeouts. And they're going to call for, this is a 4th down situation. The Blue Devils going to keep the ball. I hope they don't spike it. I've seen that in the game before. You don't spike on 4th down.
No.
McDowell, 4th and 7, out of the gun. Looking to throw, heavy traffic, comes out running, gets by one, keeps on his feet, gets the 1st down, and takes it up over the 35 to the 39-yard line.
I almost wonder if that was a design run, Greg. It wasn't much of a fake, and they had everybody over to the right side, and he took off to the left side pretty quickly. He really wasn't under pressure.
No. Clock still running. Yes, it was. 152. McDowell now throws out here quick to Carter. Carter gets a block and goes upfield to about the 45-yard line.
And again, this is just great experience for the Blue Devils.
Yes.
They're, again, you can practice and practice and practice hurry-ups and things like that, but until you're out here in the real situation doing it.
They're gonna ground the ball, and he spiked the ball to get the clock stopped.
Minute 29, excuse me.
So that one, a pass recorded as incomplete, but somehow it just seems unfair.
Yes, it does.
The coach tells you got to throw it to the ground.
It's like an intentional walk in baseball.
Yes,
they really shouldn't charge you for that.
They should not. 3rd down and 4. Minute 29 on the board. Blue Devils trail by 13. 3 trips to the left, 1 to the right. ISO'd out there. And McDowell throws downfield to a wide open Murr couldn't hold on to it. He just jumped a little too soon.
Yeah, mistimed his jump a little bit and just a little bit high, but unfortunately we get used to him making those catches.
Yeah.
And just off a little bit, just off his fingertips.
4th and 4 again. Last time Blue Devils were able to get it on McDowell run. Minute 24. And now they just need the 1st down and keep the clock or keep the ball in their hands. Not necessarily going for everything else.
As you said, Greg, hard to believe is the middle of the season right now.
I know. Murr in motion. Jet sweep fake. Uh-oh. Heavy traffic. Gets the ball to Mayu, who catches it and falls down for a loss on the play. And that will turn the ball over on downs.
Yeah, he wasn't going anywhere anyway. He was surrounded, and McDowell was under heavy pressure there.
Minute 17 to go. And so Northern comes out with their ball sitting at the 43-yard line. And should be last possession. I would think Northern would just take a few knees here. Blue Devils have one timeout left. Looking up on the board, 1 timeout left. Northern has 2 timeouts left, and so
at the completion of this game, we
do
need to tell you of some road closures in the Greencastle immediate area.
Road closures, Vern says, might be due to, I don't know. Well, let's see what happens. They're going to give it. Barrett keeps the ball, runs up the middle, and gets tackled close to the 1st down. He's up to the 9-yard line. Or excuse me, 9-yard gain, 1 yard to go.
Ethan Klopper on the stop.
And that'll take you under a minute, and that should – Greencastle's not going to call a timeout, so now I think you can just kneel it. Yep, I think that's what Northern was waiting to see if Greencastle was going to play it out, and looks like good sportsmanship's going to win the whole way around here.
Victory formation, so that means Barrett will take the knee and finish out the ball game. Blue Devils – pretty good ball game from the Blue Devils, even though they're going to lose this one by 13 points. 34-21 is going to be the final score of this one. And with that, Blue Devils really not a bad ball game. You know,
they put great first half. Unfortunately, the second half got away a little bit. Schwartz took over, and but we answered, and just unfortunately didn't have enough.
Now, interesting enough, this is a pretty good Northern team who beat Mifflin County, who's beating Shippensburg, excuse me. So you figure that out. Can't always go by that, but you know what I mean. Game's over here at Greencastle as the clock's now at 0. And the F&M Trust Sports Network on midpennbroadcasting.com and also the sportspage.blog, WRGG 93.7 FM, WRGG.org. We'll be back with the post-game show right after these messages.
Here in a few minutes.
Check one. Check one. What the heck's going on? Where's my phone? Oh, jeez. Yeah. Okay. Welcome back to Kelly Field. It is time for the post-game show, and here from MidPennBroadcasting.com. And we seem like every game, Rick, there's a technical difficulty on one of the two, and we had both of them today with a little problem getting things squared away. But this ball game ends with a score of 34-21, and actually a pretty good ball game from the Blue Devils. The post-game show has been brought to you by Antrim Insurance, your local area insurance agent serving Greencastle, Waynesboro, Chambersburg, Mercersburg, and surrounding Pennsylvania and Maryland areas. Antrim Insurance, 169 South Antrim, Greencastle, 1685 East Main Street in Waynesboro. Well, it was like this. A pretty good first half of football for the Blue Devils, and then the third quarter came, and Kyle Schwartz sort of took over. He is as good as advertised.
He was excellent. 11th grader, 6 foot, 200-pounder. He really got fed to him the second half, and really that's what changed the game. You know,
he's quick. Don't get me wrong. He didn't seem as fast as the two kids from West Perry did last week, but nevertheless, he's stronger, and he just bows people over more or less. I mean, there's no stopping him when he gets gone, and that was the difference of the ball game here tonight. But you gotta, like you said, there are a lot of positives for the Blue Devils.
Well, you gotta like their attitude. They didn't stop playing when it started to go Northern's way. They came out, and again, the more experience. They're 2-3. They still have 5 games left. They're in the meat of the Colonial Division, so no one's gonna feel sorry for you.
No.
And so you just got to get ready for Shippensburg next week.
And speaking of Shippensburg, they're getting it handed to them, aren't they?
They're making a little comeback now.
Okay.
It's 26-21 they're down.
Ooh.
So that's games I can't get a read on when or where they're at in the game. Perryville finished off JB 54-8, and Chambersburg just scored to make it 35-16.
Okay, respectable game for them.
But obviously, Mifflin County, who talking to a lot of knowledgeable people, a lot of people told me they felt they were the sleepers in the league, but Northern beat them in, I'm sure, a very physical game. So, you know, the Blue Devils just have to pick it up and keep grinding and keep working, and you know, they're going to get one of these.
They are going to get one of these. Blue Devils losing this one here tonight by 34-21. Take a short break. We'll be back to wrap it up on the F&M Trust Sports Network on midpennbroadcasting.com. Well, game number 5 is in the books. The Blue Devils take it on the head again. They lose this one by a score of 34-21, drop their record to 2-3. They'll become